Wow, it's nice, isn't it? Look at the view.
New spot, new views, and Queenstown is showing off from its first glance. As soon as we got to our Airbnb, we dropped our bags and we were straight out the door to check out the skyline. In Queenstown, the fun really does start the second you arrive. Now, normally, this kind of adventure isn't usually my thing, but hey, you can't come all the way to Queenstown and not go up the skyline, right? It was Ollie's first time too, and he wasn't too sure about it either. But once you start climbing and those views kick in, the nerves kind of melt away, and it's hard not to enjoy it when you're looking out over something that stunning.
I wouldn't recommend you looking that way right
I'm
now.
not going to look anyway. I'm just looking at the screen.
You're such a cheater.
Once we made it to the top, we headed straight to the cafe, partly for the coffee, but mostly for that view. Sitting there with a warm cup in hand, watching the gondolas glide up and down with the mountains behind them, it was a perfect way to ease into our time in Queenstown. After soaking in the views, we jumped back on the gondola and made our way down. It's time to check out Queenstown properly. This place has such a cool energy, relaxed but full of life. We wandered through the city centre, strolling past buzzing cafes, boutique shops and watching tour boats glide into the pier. Queenstown's got this effortless charm, vibrant, rich in personality, and every corner feels like it's got its own unique vibe. The energy here just flows, blending adventure and laid-back vibes perfectly. There are so many great cafes and restaurants around, and each one of them looked pretty inviting. But after a bit of strolling and a lot of indecision, we finally picked a spot and it was a hit. The atmosphere was warm, the food smelled amazing, and it was a perfect place to refuel before exploring. After our meal, we kept wandering along the waterfront. The whole place was buzzing with energy. Little food trucks, local artists, and lots of cosy cafes spilling out onto the street. The light was just perfect, that soft, golden glow that makes everything feel extra special. We made our way down to the beach and found a playground, and Ollie, well, he was in his element, running around and loving every second of it. Day one in Queenstown, pretty packed but so worth it. We came home a little worn out but happy, grabbed some dinner, and now it's time to just kick back and relax. kicked things off with a drive to Moke Lake. It's super close to Queenstown, only 20 minutes, but once you're there, it feels like you're in the middle of nowhere. The water was so still it looked like glass, perfectly reflecting the mountains around it. It felt like we had this whole place to ourselves. Ollie was loving it, running wild and free, chasing the ducks, laughing and exploring. Sometimes that's really all you need. With a good dose of fresh air at Moke Lake, we jumped back in the car and made our way to Glenorchy.
How crazy is that?
The drive alone was worth the trip, winding along the lake with those mountain views keeping us company the whole way. As soon as we arrived in Glenorchy, we parked the car and made our way to a local cafe with those incredible views. We grabbed a table outside, tucked into some lunch and took our time before wandering around the town.
How is it?
Actually, very nice.
So crunchy.
We stopped by some local shops that had that cosy small town charm, and of course we couldn't visit Glenorchy without checking out its famous red shed. This bright red historic little building used to be where the locals stored and sorted goods that arrived on steamers back in the day. It's got that old school charm and really adds to the whole vibe of the place. Our time in Glenorchy was awesome, but it was time to head back. On the way, we made a quick stop to check out Bob's Cove track. We couldn't resist a little more fresh air and those incredible views. We didn't quite make it all the way to the pier. It was getting a bit late, so we found a perfect spot by the lake instead. Ollie had a blast playing with the rocks, and we got to enjoy the sunset with the mountains as our backdrop. Couldn't think of a better way to finish this day.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Good morning. We started the day with a short drive out to Arrowtown, a charming little historic town just outside of Queenstown. First stop, coffee and a bite to eat before heading off to explore. didn't take us long to see why people love this place. It's full of character, with tree-lined streets, beautifully preserved heritage buildings, cosy little shops, and that gold rush feel woven into every corner. There's just something about it, quiet, scenic, and full of stories. It really makes you want to wander around a little bit slower and take it all in. Arrowtown played a big role during the Otago Gold Rush, and that history is still alive here. As we wandered down by the river, we even saw a few people panning for gold, just like they did back in the day. It was pretty cool to see that kind of history still in motion right in front of us. The best part about Arrowtown is that everything is super walkable, and you can just take your time and explore at your own pace. As we followed the path along the river, we ended up at the old Chinese settlement, a cluster of tiny historic huts that tell a whole other side of the Gold Rush story. And the cool thing is, you can actually walk right up to the huts, peek inside, and get a feel for how people actually lived back then. It's simple, raw, and kind of mind-blowing to think that this was home for so many during the Gold Rush days. Arrowtown really surprised us. It was small but full of stories. We made our way back, a little tired, but so glad we took the time to explore this little gem. A new day and a new adventure, and today this one's got a serious thrill factor. We're heading out to Skipper's Canyon, which can only mean one thing, the shot over jet experience. But first, a quick pit stop at the Canyon Brewing for some food to fuel up before the fun begins. Travelling with kids can definitely put a pause on some of those wild adventures. We can't do it all together just yet, but that doesn't mean we have to miss out completely. So today, it's Lana's turn to get the adrenaline pumping.
I think you want to do it?
What do you think? Should I do it?
I think you should.
I want to do it.
Do it then.
Well.
Bye, Mama. Oh, so bye. How'd you go?
That was so much fun.
Was that?
All the rain. Oh my god,
It's good?
you should do it. That was so good.
Really?
Yep. I want to do it again.
Feeling pumped, we quickly grabbed some coffee and headed over to Jack's Point playground so the little one and me could burn off some energy.
Oh, we have coffee.
One day.
You enjoying yourself there?
Yep.
Coffee, brownie.
Irene.
It's
It's good.
Wraps up our time in Queenstown. A perfect mix of stunning views, little adventures and relaxed moments. From mountain mornings to lakeside playgrounds, this place really stole our hearts. Next stop, Milford Sound, but for now it's time to unwind and enjoy a quiet night before the adventure continues.